Hi everybody, Russ from My Hammers 11. Hope you're all safe and well. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you're made aware of any time I put new content on. Today's video, as always, is thanks to our channel sponsors, Untuck It. Check them out in the description below for your t-shirts, shirts, polo tops, jumpers needs, and obviously they're designed to be worn untucked, so really useful for me, so I don't like wearing my shirts tucked in, to be honest, so they've been a bit of a godsend, to be fair. So check them out in the description below. Today is the first of a sort of sporadic series we're going to be doing, just some baking. Actually, we're going to do baking with Budden, and so the idea being is from the lockdown 1.0 I got really into it, and it really helped me get through lockdown, because it takes time. You're using your brain a little bit, you're being active with your hands and stuff, and you're producing something. And also, it doesn't hurt to produce something homemade for the people in your family. Do you know what I mean? It does. Everyone cheers up when you have a bit of cup of tea and a freshly baked scone. So that's what we're doing with this little mini series. As I said, we'll be doing things like bread, pizzas. And we're starting with scones, because scones is actually really easy. And actually, once you've got everything sorted, all the ingredients weighed out and stuff, probably takes about 15 minutes, to be fair. And I'll put all the descriptions of all the sort of the measurements and stuff in the description below. But it's really quite easy, and it's really impressive, to be perfectly fair. What we'll do is, as we were seeing here, as I said, I put all the measurements of everything in the description below. But in essence, we need some self-raising flour, which is what we got here, and we've added to that a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we've added a teaspoon of baking powder, and so we've mushed that about basically. Next, we have to get the butter. Now, if you read any recipe, they'll say get proper butter and cube it up and that, and then you basically, the next step takes forever because of this. So basically, I use Lower Pack, Anchor, any sort of spreadable butter, really. Take 85 grams of that, and the next stage makes it really quick. Basically, you have to breadcrumb it, which basically means you sort of mush the butter into the flour. So this is like my little hack using sort of spreadable. I don't see any difference in the taste, and actually I prefer the texture. It's a lot more crumbly, for those of you who are very interested by this. So we sort of mush all that together. Once that's all mushed, it's going to look like breadcrumbs like this. And then what we do is pour in 3 tablespoons of caster sugar and smush that around a little bit so it's all sort of incorporated. Next, we need our wet ingredients. So basically, we need 135 grams of milk. We have to put that in the microwave for 30 seconds just to warm it up a bit. And then what we do is we splash in some lemon juice or lime juice. I prefer lime juice, but lime juice, that sours it. We need sort of soured milk, basically. And then we put a few drops of vanilla extract in there. Give it a little stir. And then we get back to our breadcrumbed looking flour. And then we put a little well in the middle, pour all the milk in, and I use a knife just to sort of incorporate it, because it means you can scrape around the side and make sure you get all the flour in. So basically you're sort of mixing all this all together to make sure you make a little paste and make almost like a dough. Then what you do is get some floured sort of surface, put some of that flour left over on your surface, tip the dough up, and just, I try and not do as much as possible. I just sort of leave it, sort of push it together, and just not like knead it or anything, because I just think it gives you a better texture. And then we get your little cookie cutter. You can make them as thick as you want or as thin as you want. It's up to you, man. So I've just used this one, and I've got it about centimetre, 2 centimetres thick, to be honest. And we just cut them out. And then what we do is you do it firstly, and then you mush it together, and anything that's left over, you just keep cutting. And then you're left with these. So I've got a dodgy one at the top, don't matter. Next, I get a beaten egg, and I egg wash it. So we egg wash it, and to make sure it's all covered. This gives it a nice colour. And then what we do is we switch our oven on. We preheat it to 200 degrees fan, I think 220 if you haven't got a fan oven. And then we whack them in there for about 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Have a look at 10 minutes. If you need a couple of extra minutes, you know, put them in for another couple of extra minutes. And then they come out, and then what you do is you just literally tap the bottom, and if it sounds hollow, then it's basically cooked, to be honest. And that's it. And then once you see, we can rip them open, and they just fall apart, and you have a little bit of clotted cream and jam in there, or Nutella. You know, you could mix this up a little bit. You can make it savoury and not put the sugar in. Put a bit more salt in and put some cheese in there. You can put fruit in there. What I like to do is sometimes put like a couple of chocolate buttons or a minstrel's, not minstrel, a counter, galaxy counter in the middle, and you have a little bit of a lava cake in there. So really, really simple to do, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And that's the first episode. As I said, it's really, really easy to do. Literally 15 minutes once you've got everything sorted. We'll be doing some pizzas, we're doing some bread, stuff like that as we go along. If there's anything else you want me to bake or put a little video, more than happy to do it. But until next time, take care, everyone. Stay safe, wash those hands, get baking, come new irons, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.